Alright, good day class. So this is the continuation of our discussion. We're going to be moving on to element 1.2. Identify the role of room attendant. So we're going to identify them one by one. And I would like to be able to question yourself if is the job of room attendant only about cleaning? Is the job of room attendant only about mixing chemicals, or it comes with something else, like has something to do with a good relationship with the guest? So we are going to find out. Alright, so room attendants are located in any tourism and hospitality business that provides accommodation to their guests. In many hotels and resorts, more people are employed as room attendants than any other front line position. So why do you think? Why do you think that most of the positions in a hotel are coming from room attendants? So basically, as what we have known from the previous discussion, the room attendant, not only the room attendant, but the housekeeping department are the ones who are being scattered around the hotel. So meaning to say, they are one of the biggest department, actually next to food and beverage department, because they need to cover different areas such as public areas, maintaining the cleanliness of the front office, lifts, parking areas, gardens, so on and so forth. Okay. That is why most of the employees of the hotels are coming from the room attendants as well. Next, moving on to the role of room attendant. The role of room attendant is important for a number of reasons. Okay, it may be regarded as a glamorous position, like working in a bar. So it's not as glamorous as working in the bar. It's not as glamorous as working at the reception desk, or it's not as glamorous in working in a restaurant department, because obviously you just have to meet and greet the guest, and you just have to serve the food in F&B or in the front office desk. You can look yourself as a frontliner. Okay, so we are going to define them. Next one is the job of the room attendant quite often goes unnoticed. Why do you think it's unnoticed? Well, it depends on how they're going to do their job. Unnoticed because in some cases, the room attendant are only doing their job based on cleaning. They're only doing their job once they have finished cleaning, once they have done their job based on the job description. Okay, they're thinking that it stops there, but along with that, as the most of the updated job description comes with the interaction with the guest. So once again, your job doesn't stop in cleaning. Your job doesn't stop in providing what they need, providing the supplies and amenities. Of course, being able to interact with them is something that they are looking for. In the cruise ships, particularly, when it comes to tipping, the housekeeping department and F&B department are almost the same when it comes to tipping. Why? Because they are not only doing their service, but they're establishing a relationship. They're showing a care to the guest. Like I keep on saying, if you see the guest coming out from the room, say good morning, how are you, is everything okay? If there's something else that I can get for you, please be able to let me know, and I will always be happy to assist you. That's how you address the guest, along with your cleaning duties. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to the areas of responsibility. Once again, there are a number of areas of responsibility of room attendants must manage as part of their role. In summary, they are responsible for the following. So it only cited two, but there's a lot more as we go on with the discussion. First, cleanliness and overall appearance of the guest room. We all know that's one of the objectives, to be able to maintain a cleanliness, a comfortable atmosphere, to be able to follow the service standards, to be able to follow the standard of the hotel and the procedures as well. And next, we have security of guest rooms and privacy of the guest. So, I have mentioned the importance of security when it comes to handling keys, and I have specified now if in case you have lost that and the key is being taken by some other person, that can access, that can be that can be the reason for an unwanted person to get into a guest room, and you never know what are they going to do, what are they after for. It could be a money, it could be something else, and that could endanger the life of your guest, and you will not like that. So guest relation. Every employee of the hotel, including room attendant, is expected to warmly greet the guest and to be friendly in a professional manner. So that's what I have told you earlier, to be friendly at all times. In many cases, they need to work independently from other colleagues and must handle any problems that arise without assistance or guidance of others. Okay, I would like you to focus on this. It says here that a room attendant must be able to handle complaints. Well, it's a case-to-case basis. Whenever a room attendant is like somebody complains about your service, that you're not able to perform it based on their expectation, and it came to the point that they are getting irritated, that is the time for you to back off. That is the time for you to call your supervisor if you notice that they are getting irritated. And if you think that that is just a simple complaint or minor complaint, like Layla, there's something wrong with my bathroom, can you report that? So that is something that you can solve. But once again, anything that arises in your area should be known by your supervisor. That is the best protocol. In that way, you are not going to get the blame afterwards. Okay, so always report anything that happens. Next, in many cases, they need to work independently and colleagues. Okay, that's the one that I've mentioned earlier. If there's a complaint about the room or its furniture or fixtures, many cases the room attendant must not only handle to the issue but also but take ownership to ensure that it's resolved in a timely manner. So whenever you receive a complaint, that's the reason why I emphasize that housekeeping department are considered as the eyes and ears of the hotel. Why? Whatever they see is what they have to report. If some event that you were able to forget a defect in one of your guest rooms that you're handling, so there's no sorry. There's no sorry, because that can accumulate a complaint. And once a complaint rise up, who's gonna get the blame? It is the management. The management is going to get the blame because of you, because of your negligence. So once again, there's no sorry. Sorry does not exist when it comes to your responsibility, especially reporting these defects. Keep in mind. Okay, so guest safety, once again, job description to ensure the safety of well-being, and I have already explained that to you. Next, we're gonna go to cleaning. They are required to ensure all aspects of the guest room are clean and tidy. And we all know how to clean. Like basic cleaning in our room, we all know how to do it. But when it comes to the hotel, it comes with different standards on the what cloth are you going to use in cleaning the window, what cloth are you going to use in cleaning the table. It comes different material, comes with different cleaning materials as well, or cleaning cloth. In some hotels, you can easily identify if that cloth is meant for windows once the color of the cloth is blue, for example. And you can easily identify if the cloth is color yellow, and that is meant for tables. So why do they do that? They do that to avoid any cross contamination. Okay, in that way, especially right now, whenever you have we're dealing with viruses, if you happen to use a cloth for a table, you don't use that for a window. Okay, and vice versa. It's cleaning. So next is administration and communication. Room attendant must ensure they understand what rooms they are to clean and which order. So as we go on with the discussion, some of you already know the order of cleaning. There's a procedure in which room do you have to clean first. Of course, number one is the checkout rooms, because the guests already moved out. And as we all know, the checkout rooms need to be cleaned first, because once it is clean, it will be ready for occupancy. And once it's ready for occupancy, it will be ready for the guest. And once the guest is there, the guest is going to give them money that is good for the hotel's revenue. So that's how it goes. The first room type, or the order of room that you're gonna have to clean, is the checkout room first. And of course, the refresh room and follow-up room are just gonna have to follow afterwards. Okay, so administration, I have already emphasized there are some you're gonna have to ensure that rooms are returned clean and ready for new guests. I've mentioned that. Now we're gonna move on to the daily activities. As a room attendant, what it is that you have to be ready, what it is that you have to put on your system, what it is that you have to know by heart. We are going to tackle them. Following is the list of activities of a room attendant may required to complete on a daily basis. As you can see, there are many activities a room attendant is responsible for in a normal work shift, including wide variety of knowledge and skills. Of course, so daily activities, of course, we're gonna go over it. But before we move on to the next one, I'd like to emphasize the importance of daily briefing. Daily briefing, before you get into the work, all the room attendants are going to be gathered for as early before they being deployed. They're going to be gathered in the morning. They're going to be talking about the room assignments. They're going to be talking about if there's any VIP. They're going to be talking about how many rooms are given to you. They're going to be talking about the previous mistakes from previous services. They're talking about the previous services, not to make it worse. They're talking about the service related problems, and they're trying to impart it to the room attendant so it will not happen again. So that is being done in a daily briefing. As we go on, we're going to analyze them one by one. So now we're going to look on what are the things that you have to prepare for work. On top of that, of course, is the daily briefing, and then you're going to collect the master keys from who? From your floor supervisor, and then you will collect the daily room allocation sheets. Okay, daily room allocation sheets or the supply. You're gonna have to make sure you have enough of them. Next is stock housekeeping trolleys. So you're gonna have to make sure that you have enough supply. You're gonna have to make sure that you have enough amenities, enough guest supplies, shampoo, lotion, okay, and enough pillowcases, bed sheets, duvets, and of course, along with that, you're gonna have to make sure that they are immaculate. You're gonna have to make sure that they are free of any stains. Well, that happens, so it is always good to double check. And next one, stock and store supplies. That's under preparing the work. Determine the order of cleaning rooms. I have already mentioned that to you. Okay, now we are going to, some of you, I have already showed you the video on YouTube, and I have told you that what are we going to follow is the video that I have asked you to watch. However, this particular steps is different from the video that I have made, because that is based on NC2, and this one is based on the perspective or the strategy of the author of this module. And I keep on saying the standard of the hotel varies, okay, as you go from one company to another. Okay, so entering, so these are the steps in entering the room. And once again, my video is what are we going to follow, but we're gonna go over it this with this as well. Knock on the door, complies with the policy. Knock twice if nobody answer. Knock 3 times, 1 2 3, housekeeping. And then still if nobody answers, that's the time for you to open the door. And then obviously you have your trolley, and then along with this, I inserted that you need to look for guest valuable items first, and then you open the curtains. And once you open the curtains, under this you're gonna have to open the AC as well. That's what I have added in the video. And then remove the glasses. This one jumps automatically to the restroom, but in the step-by-step process, that is we were trying to apply the inwards going outwards cleaning. So once again, this is a little different. So we have removed the glass amenities, showers, check the linen and bed, check for damage, inspect room for hazards, report lost and found if there's any, then dust decorations. Okay. Next is dust and brush for vacuuming furnitures. So just think about it like in random order. Okay, but this is what you need to accomplish inside the guest room. Replenish guest supplies, amenities, check the record, replenish or record and replenish mini bar, what are inside there. And of course you also need to follow the standard. If there's a water, Coke and Sprite, then the way you arrange that is gonna have to be the same. Okay, prepare room for guest arrival, deliver and retrieve items if there's any, perform rotation. Next is vacuum and sweep carpet floors, mop floor surface as needed. If that's tiles, you're gonna have to mop it. If that is vacuum, you're gonna have to, if that is carpet, you're gonna have to vacuum it. That is also important, that whenever you're cleaning, you should be able to clean it in order to you should identify what are the things that you need. If in case you need a short broom or hand broom, you're gonna have to bring it. If you think you are cleaning the tiles, then you don't need to bring them up, because, or if you think you're cleaning the carpet, you don't need to bring the mop, okay, because you already have the vacuum. So I'm a little confused. Okay, Okay, so and of course, lastly, once the room is already been finished, you're gonna have to inform the front office or phone your supervisor. So, what are the things that you need to provide or provide information? Provide information to the guest. How are you going to act? First, listen and respond to the guest request of or complaints if there's any. Explain the equipments and facilities. Like here, if you think the guest is new, so here, sir, we have the microwave oven, and this is how you. Well, basically, most of them already know, but some of the guests would not, especially the first timers, do not know how to use most some of the equipment. So you are expected to at least inform them what's in there. They can use it. That they can use it. If there's a blower, how they're going to plug it. Okay. Next, explain and handle dry cleaning and laundry requests. So tell them, sir, if there's any dirty clothes, all you have to do is to just hang it at your door, and I'll be able to pick it up. I'll pick up the dirty ones and I'll bring it clean. Okay. Next, provide information to the guests about the services and facilities and other amenities. Services, facilities, and amenities. So, now, once again, you are a room attendant, but then you are also expected to say something about the services of the hotel. Hotel, once again, has a lot of different departments, but as one, they need to coordinate. Whenever you are giving information to the guest, whenever you're telling them, we have a steakhouse here, sir. If you're a meat lover, we would suggest you to go for it. And if you would like to try our crab shack, we have it every Fridays. And once you have booked to our crab shack, you can also be able to get a free 1 pint of beer. So in that way, they will be encouraged. And once they have encouraged, instead of this guest going out to other restaurant, they are going to spend their money inside the hotel, which means more money, more more money is going to be spent by the guest. More revenue is going to be kikitain sa hotel. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, next is provide information to the guests about local attractions. So once again, dito you're not just a room attendant, and I keep on emphasizing that. Try to interact with them, like inform them about the local attractions. Like if you're on the cruise ships and you happen to be at the port in Italy, sir, you should see the Colosseum. It's wonderful. I've been there before. So yung mga doon ka boboka ka ng konti in such a way that you will show your interest. And if you do that, you will be surprised kasi they will be more close to you. In some cases, whenever they're so close to you, you are going to be away from any possible complaints, because they becoming to like you, to love you, so they're not going to complain if there's any mistake coming from you. So return the trolley to the storage room and remove the used soiled linens in a housekeeping cart and dispatch soiled linen to the laundry. So those are the things. That's very straightforward. Next, replenish the linen and amenities. Handle lost property if there's any. Clean cleaning equipments including mops and vacuum cleaners. Remove rubbish. Next, clean storage room floor. Close shift. Return to your worksheet allocation. Okay, now we're gonna move on the next one. It is commonly recognized that the role of room attendants is physically demanding and requires a wide scope of tasks to be performed. As such, it takes a special person to do the job well. So, based on the definition, we all know that it's very physically demanding because you're gonna be doing a lot of cleaning, you're gonna be doing a lot of lifting, and having that said, it takes a very enthusiastic room attendant, somebody who loves the job, somebody who's enthusiastic in satisfying the needs of the guests. So that is the person that is perfect to be the room attendant. So, what are the preparation for cleaning duties? Once again, replenish room supplies. And once you are going to replenish the room supplies, preparation is the key in ensuring rooms are cleaned and efficiently in a timely manner. Clean in a timely manner. So we all know in hotel, time is money. That is the reason why whenever you are doing or making up the room or cleaning the room, particularly if you are trying to do the bed, that needs to be done in less than 5 minutes. And of course, in one room that should be cleaned in a roughly around one room should be cleaned in roughly around less than 20 minutes, and you shouldn't exceed on that. However, if you're cleaning a bigger room, then that is the time that you will need more time. But in a standard room, you must be able to clean that in less than 20. Okay. Oh, next, okay, efficiently manner. That's about replenishing the room. Okay, next, having well equipped linen store is vital to efficiently and effectively service the guest. Supplies must be accurately identified and selected in sufficient number in order to service all necessary rooms. So here, I would like to emphasize on the par level or the par stack. That is why room attendants are not encouraged to bring extra sheets. Room attendants are not encouraged to bring extra pillowcases. And so with the extra duvet and stuff. Why? Because they are exactly counted with the number of the guests. They cannot exceed, they cannot bring an extra because the others will have a shortage. Now you might ask me, why can't we bring an extra? That is good for the guests. Yes, that is good for the guests, but that will slow down the process. That will slow down the process of cleaning in the laundry. That will add up in the loads of the laundry area, which is not good, which is not good for the machine. So it is very important to, that's why it's very important to follow the standard, and of course to have enough stock of the sheets that only needed. Okay, some cases, the storage room on different rooms may contain different supplies. For example, rooms in the penthouse, so some storage are up in the penthouse. So we're gonna go over to the equipments. Various pieces of equipments are needed to service a guest room. These are usually stored on housekeeping store room in each floor, or in some central location. Equipments that needs to be correctly selected and prepared before. Okay, these are the following. So here it says here that all of the stock rooms or the cleaning equipment is strategically located at the central location. Like if you are in a level or a fifth floor and you're going to access the cleaning room, so it's basically in between. So if you have room 1 to 10, then the cleaning room is in number 5, room number 5. In that way, that will be an easy access for everyone else. That would be easier for them to do their job. That is why it's strategically located at the center. So those equipment lockers. Next, we have the housekeeping trolley. Sometimes it's called maid trolley. Okay, so what are the things that you need to look? The next activity, most probably tomorrow, I will be able to show you the video on what are the things that inside the trolley. But we're gonna talk about it first. Check to see if it's clean, of course, if it's presentable, if it's safe, and there should be no jag bits or anything that's going to block the wheels. Okay, nothing should protrude to present at potential hazard. So there shouldn't be a sharp objects that can hit you. So you have to check that the condition of the trolley. So before you proceed working, check the condition of the trolley. Make sure that the wheels are working properly. So there's a step-by-step procedures that we're gonna go over it. However, these are the things that you need to check. Of course, it has to be presentable, it has to be safe, free from anything that can then hit you. So those are the things that you're gonna have to check. That's all about the trolley. And of course, when it comes to the stock, you must be able to have a enough stock of the sheets that you're gonna be needing. So it's aside from hanging the plastics. Okay, that's not really important, we're gonna skip on that. Now we're going to identify these different cleaning materials. First, we have vacuum cleaner. So this must be checked to see if it's empty at the start of the shift. Remember, whenever you are a room attendant, you cannot just use the vacuum cleaner right away. I told you that the room attendant must comply when it comes to safety operating procedures, and one of those is to check if it's empty, because you never know, kapag puno na yung vacuum bag, that could be the cause of overheating. And when there's a overheating, that could cause a danger, that could be the cause of electrical faults. Okay, so it's very important to check it. And of course, you must be able to check if you have a spare bags available, okay, where appropriate. That machine is fully functional, and the cords are not, so there are no the cords are in perfect and good condition. So those are the things you're gonna have to be checking on. Remember, your place, your area is your area of responsibility. If something happens there, you're gonna be held responsible. Likewise, whatever equipment that you are going to be using is your responsibility. That is why it is also emphasized that if the room attendant, if there are 10 room attendants, there's specific number of vacuum that you only gonna have to use. Let's say your vacuum is vacuum number 5. Nobody is allowed to use that except you. In the event that somebody used that and something happened to the vacuum, you're gonna be held responsible. Okay, vacuum. So that's a vacuum cleaner. Now we're gonna move on to the mop. Mop. Since you were a child, your parents, you have seen them how they do it. They're gonna have to broom the surface first, and then they're gonna mop it. And even in the fast food area, this is widely used. And I would like to emphasize, whenever you are mopping the floor, you are expected to put on the wet sign. This wet sign will prevent any possible risk or the guest to slip. Okay, so we all know. And whenever you mop the floor at the lobby, let's say you're mopping the floor at the lobby and you didn't put the caution sign or the wet sign, and somebody slips, that is going to be your blame. That's going to be your responsibility. But in the event that you're mopping the floor and you put on the wet sign in front and on the other side, and still somebody slips, then you are actually freeing yourself from possible complaint. So the guest he knows that he cannot complain, but still he didn't listen. He cannot complain because the wet floor sign is on. He still slips. He disregarded it, so it is his fault. Alright, so we just finished talking about the mops, and we're gonna move on to the brooms and brushes. What are the different brooms and brushes? It could be a long one, it could be a short one, it could be a hard broom, it could be a soft broom. What are the things that you need to use in dealing with different surfaces? So we're gonna define them. Most common type of brooms and brushes are carpet brush, we have scrubbing brush, sink brush, silk brush, toilet brush, wall brush, soft broom, and hand broom. So I wish I can show it to you, but whenever I have an opportunity to go to school, I should be able to get make a video of that. But it's very straightforward. Carpet brush is a small one, it's like a handy brush, and soft broom is almost similar to walis tambo that we normally use. Okay, not all, I would like you to focus on this. Not all types will be required on trolleys. It will depend on the facilities to be cleaned. Remember, if your room that you're going to clean is carpeted, then you don't need to bring the mop. Okay, if the room that you're going to clean is tiles, then you most likely you'll just have to use the tiles for mop, and maybe you can jump over using the vacuum, but then it depends on the standards of the company. Some of the companies are still observing strictly the use of vacuum, but there's something the mop can really clean that the vacuum cannot. So once again, it depends on the standard. Next, we have the buckets. They should be fully operational, not leaking, easy to operate, and not smelly. So the buckets, they should be stored upside down in such a way there are no water that is going to be left inside. So that's how you do it. That's how you store it. Buckets may be required for wet mopping, and we all know what the bucket is. Once again, Jollibee, they're observing the bucket. That's where you wash the mop. That's where you squeeze the mop and then proceed with the cleaning. That is, once again, a bucket. Protective gloves. In the earlier discussion, I have already asked most of you on the importance of wearing gloves. A good supply of disposable gloves should be on each trolley. Specific house requirements in relation to individual based on occupational health safety issues may require other more substantial protective clothing. Okay, so this is very straightforward, and we all know that along with the maid's trolley or the room attendant's trolley, you should be able to have these gloves. Okay, these gloves in which you're going, especially when you are cleaning the toilet, you never know what are the germs you can get from there. That is why you need to use the gloves every single time you're dealing with cleaning the toilet. Housekeeping uniform. The housekeeping uniform is also regarded as protective clothing, and here I would like to emphasize that anything that you're wearing is considered as a protective clothing. Once you're outside the area, once you're wearing a hat, that is a protective clothing because you are protecting yourself from the sun. Okay, once you're wearing an coverall, that is a protective clothing as well. Okay, sorry. Now, cloths used for cleaning and polishing and dusting. Remember, I told you there's a specific color that you need to observe. Different color for the window, different color for the table, different color for the floor, so on and so forth. So you're gonna have to observe that, and every trolley will need to have lots of this, lots of the cleaning or dusting cloths. Next, warning signs. These are safety signs used when public areas being cleaned as a part of overall room. So we have different, or actually two that I can identify, or there are three. Wet sign for the floor when you're doing the mop. We have what we call the trailing sign when you are performing vacuum cleaning. Trailing wire sign. Why trailing wire? Because some of the guests might trip off if they happen to if they didn't see that there's a trailing wire in front of them. If they do, if they trip off without you putting on the sign, you're going to be held responsible. And next, the other one, wet floor sign, trailing sign, and the other one is a simple caution sign, or the I would like to call it a caution tape. It looks like a yellow strip na kung saan they are being put on from one end to another in the event that if somebody vomits. This normally happens on cruise ships. They're putting on this caution strips from one end to another para to avoid the guests to get into that particular area. That's warning signs. Next, we have dustpan. A dustpan is it's vital to collect dirt, dust, and rubbish. We all know what it is. Okay. Cleaning agents and chemicals. Now we're gonna move on to cleaning agents. After this video, I am going to give you a specific polishers, or a particular the specific chemical, that the name of the chemical that you are going to use. Remember, these are general terms, depending, okay, general terms that you need to use. The cleaning chemicals, we have polishes, detergents, glass cleaner. Remember, I told you glass cleaner is the particular chemical is methylated spirit, that is for cleaning the glass window. And we also have the multi-purpose cleaner that is being used for the toilet. We have oven cleaners, stainless steel or metal polisher, leather cleaners. We have porcelain, ceramic cleaners, dishwashing detergent. We all know what it is. Next, we have sanitizers to sanitize all the surfaces, disinfectants as well, deodorizer, air spray for the foul odor to be removed. Next, we have pest control. What we're going to use there is the insecticides, and of course the toilet cleaners. So after this, I should be able to give that name of chemicals. So next, the product is supplied by industrial chemical companies to some floor housekeeping stores, and they have own supply. And another thing, I think I already mentioned to you, and every time the chemical is being transported from the chemical company going to the hotel, that should be handled that should be handled professionally. Whenever you are asked to receive the chemical, you must already have the PPE, because you never know, during the transportation there could be a appearance of leakage, or there could be a spillage of the chemicals, in which if you're not wearing the gloves, then that can hit your hands easily. So, and you wouldn't like that, because you might get injured, and it's gonna damage your skin as well. Other supplies that you need to check is the beddings. We all know that this is very important in cleaning the beds. Clean linen, including a range of pillows and various size sheets, will will be needed to service the size of beds. Trolleys are usually loaded in the sheets, pillowcases, so we all know that we need to fill it up with the required number based on the allocated par level. And these items are the following. We have pillows that you need to have on your trolley. Okay, pillowcases, protectors, blankets, duvets, mattress protectors, electric blankets in cold places if it's necessary. So these are the things that you need to have as a supply to clean the room. Sorry. Next, toiletries. Towels to replenish items in the bathroom may include supplies of hand towels. We all know what they need, what the guests need in the towel: face towel, hand towels, and of course the bath towels, and of course down on the floor they need to have a bath mat, okay, or floor mats. Along with the trolley, they should also have a giveaways wide variety of items. Giveaways such as a small supplies, lotion, shampoo, small soap that they normally give to the guests for them to be able to bring it at home. Okay, so most house policies, however, allow housekeeping staff to freely provide extras of these items by request. Okay, once again, the guest can only get a request or extra sheets, extra pillows, extra mattress if they request for it. So you might say, sir, this is contradicting to what you have said. You told us that we should only give the exact number. Yes, you should always give them an exact number, but remember the housekeeping or the hospitality rule that guest is always right. Then you must be able to give it to them. Okay, if they ask for extra pillows, give it to them. If they ask for extra them, give it to them. If the company is requiring an extra payment for them, inform them that you are going to be paying for this. But that is the only way that you are going to that's the only way that you're not going to follow the job description if the guest asks you. If the guest asks you for extra, give them what they want. But you must be able to inform your supervisor, sir, I'd like you to know that room 102 is requesting for extra sheet, and because they requested, I gave them. So informing is the key for you not to have any future problems. Okay, next. Okay, we already discussed the policies. Now we got the stationery right on top. Stationery needs for the in-room compendium or for placement elsewhere. So in the room such as beside the table or near the telephone, this includes pen, paper, envelopes, forms. So these are the stationaries. This is something that comes with your service. This is something that you also have to provide. What are these? We have the pen. You should be able to provide the paper, envelope, anything that they need to write on. So we all know the guest might call somebody else and they might need to write down the information. That is why these stationery supplies are very important. Paper products. Paper products include items need to be placed in the guest room. So we know all the paper products is. You'll just have to provide. Or here are the examples of these are the toilet papers, tissues, sanitary bags, and toilet hygiene strip. The toilet hygiene strip are being used every time you have finished cleaning the toilet. Meaning to say, once there's a toilet strip or a piece of paper on top of the toilet bowl, it's like an indication that that toilet has already been cleaned. Next, we have promotional and informational material. So you are also required to put on advertising, promotional, service related material, including doorknob cards. So what are these? These are the D&D sign. D&D sign, please make up my room sign. It is also your job. It is also a responsibility to have a complete set of these signs inside the guest room. D&D, do not disturb sign. So every time they need it, they'll just have to put on the do not disturb sign. In that way, you are going to respect their privacy. And next, we have please make up my room sign. So every time they need their room to be serviced, they're going to put this right outside the door. So it is also your job to make sure that you need a complete set of these signs. Next, we have bags. Guest laundry and dry cleaning. We all know what the bag is. If the guests will require these bags that they can use for their dirty stuff, they might be able to do it. So you must also provide them. These are the linen bags, weather cloths. Okay, so you must be able to provide that. So giveaway items. I think some of the slide here is becoming repetitive. I'm trying to point out. Okay, giveaway items. Okay, so coffee, tea, sugar. We all know what the give items are. Okay, we're gonna jump over that. Over to now we have the replacement items. Okay, so remember that I told you that it is also your job to see what is not working, to see what do you need to replace. So it's also your job to do some replacement of batteries, remote control batteries. Okay, you're gonna have to make sure that they are replaced. Another thing is the bulbs at the lamps. You're gonna have to make sure to check if that is working properly, if the bulb is functioning. Okay, so that under replacement items. Next, we have ordering and receiving supplies. So this is basically the job of linen supervisor, because he has a control of this. So linen stores, housekeeping chores can be stocked in the beginning and end of the shift, but it's preferable for that to be restocked at the end of the day. So ordering, and when supplies in the floor housekeeping store room ran low, further supplies can be brought up to the housekeeping department, where there is usually some form of. So what does it tell you? Ordering and receiving supplies. So you're gonna have to inform your linen room supervisor if there is a shortage with your stock. Okay, remember that any shortage that needs to be identified for them to be able to order a new one. So it is vital for you to inform them if there are damages, if there are stained ones. So inform this linen store. So I have these two damaged sheets. So I'm going to give it to you, so they will be able to have it ready. It is very important to track down these damages, stains. In that way, they can order a replacement right away. Requisition form. The requisition form is an internal stock ordering form. We all know what it is. So every room attendant can have a requisition form. So who is the person requesting the item? Or you might say, Oscar, why are you requesting for another bed sheet? Sir, because it got stain on it. It has stain on it. We already requested last week. Yes, sir, but the kid accidentally damaged it. So you're gonna have to request that. Put your name, who's requesting, type of items needed, what are the quantity, how many do you need, and when it was damaged. Okay, another bunch of information. Majority of housekeeping department will have to standard. So basically, this is just talking about the requisition form. We're not gonna go over it. Now we're gonna go now to the load of housekeeping trolley with the supply. So what are the things that you need to put in to the housekeeping trolley? Okay, remember that all items should be positioned on the trolley so they won't fall over. So there is a strategic way of doing it, and we all know that the heavy ones should be at the bottom and the light one should be on top. In that way, if you're pushing the trolley, it will not fall over. The weight is down below, so you really need to follow this process of putting on. You have the heavy sheets, the bigger you have the duvet, you have the sheets down below, and then you have the towels. Okay, towels and the small items, hand towels and pillowcases, and of course on top of that are the amenities. But the bottom line is the heavy ones, the sheets, the duvet should be down below in order for the weight to be stable, for the trolley to be stable. So that's how you load it. Okay, now it is a standard industry practice that no extra. I already have mentioned this one. No extra should be given. Key points to remember when stocking or handling trolley: when identified, immediately report to any damages or faults. Once again, if the wheels are not working, report it. Next, always push the trolley, don't pull. Push the trolley, don't pull, because they are designed to be pushed, and there are some stopper that could be damaged if you're going to pull them. Always stock the items in the designated place or trolley in best. Okay, always stock the items in designated place of trolley. So there is a parking area for the trolleys, so that is not going to be lingering around the premises of the hotel. In that way, that place, whenever the trolley is there, that is going to be the job of the night shift staff to check and to supply if there's anything else missing there. But once again, it's depending on the policy or the standard of the hotel who are supposed to refill that. But based on what I have observed before, it is the job of night attendant to fill out and check the trolleys there. Okay, always stack the designated place. So never lift anything on your own. So we all know that the risk in being a housekeeping staff is the back problem. So everything that is heavy, especially the ladies, you must ask for help. And the beds as well are very heavy, but whenever you ask to carry, in some cases you're gonna have to carry some luggages that you're gonna have to make sure that you're gonna have to ask for help. Okay, be prepared for the task. Once again, trolleys are large items, and when fully loaded, be extremely heavy. So once again, it is emphasized that you need to follow the correct order of storing it. So it makes it harder for the movement of the corridor. Okay, we're gonna go back to on top. Always position the trolley near the wall. Okay, position the trolley near the wall so it will not be blocking the entrance, or it not be blocking the hallway, especially whenever there is the emergency. So always always position your trolley next to the wall of the guest room and put on the stopper, okay, the wheel stopper. In that way, your trolley is going to be stable. It makes it more appealing for theft. Okay, in some ways, theft could be appealing. Okay. What else? It helps avoid injuries by people bumping into them. Whenever you're going to place the trolley in next to the guest room wall, of course nobody's going to hit that, and it's safer for the guests as well. In the event of emergency, including fire, where the smoke reduces, so the corridor should remain clear. I have already mentioned to you, the corridor should be cleared. Hold on a second, let me just check. Where are we now? We are almost finished. So we're already in element 1.3. So in order for the service room in order to service room in a timely fashion, and to control labor cost, every property will allocate specific room to individual staff of the preparations. So there should always be a specific number of staff in order for them not to pay extra. So the primary role of room attendant is to clean rooms. Take note of this. Most of the room attendants are required to clean approximately 12 to 20 rooms a day. 12 to 20 rooms a day, depending on the organization still. Types of rooms, status of the rooms, and other considerations. I'd like you to focus on that. 20 rooms depending on the size. Once again, if that is a suite room, then you'll not be able to clean that. You'll not be able to hit that target 12 to 20 rooms. So it depends on the size of the room that you're cleaning. Okay, briefing session. This is something that I have mentioned earlier. Verify the staff who have attended for work, discuss of the upcoming information, or who are the VIPs. I have mentioned that. So on and so forth. We're gonna not go over it. And of course, once again, address the complaints. If there were complaints from before, you must be able to address that. Organization standards. What are the standards? Each organization will have their own expectation on how long it will take to clean the room. So it has a specific time. So remember, every establishment, every hotel has got their own standard. If that is a 2-star hotel, if that's a 3-star hotel, if that's 5-star hotel, then the approach most likely should be faster than the lower star in cleaning the room. Okay. So types of rooms, we have the single room, double rooms, twin rooms, and suite rooms. As we go on, we're going to identify them. This room can contain their own spare that requires servicing, such as servicing bathroom, bedroom, lounge, living area. Next, we have kitchen, balcony area, lobby, or vestibule. So status of the room. The head housekeeper, known as the executive housekeeper, or appointed associate, generally distribute the list of the rooms to be cleaned. So they are the ones. It's part of the administrative work. They are the ones who are going to give it to you. Of course, your priority is the checkout rooms. These are the rooms with guests expected checkout when they are already scheduled to move out from the room. That's the first priority. You're gonna have to clean that. So that room is going to be vacant for the new occupants. This room will take longer to clean. So I'm talking about the checkout rooms. This room will take longer to clean. That continues to be occupied because full service is required. So definitely, you're gonna have to clean everything. You're gonna have to take out the dirty dishes, ashtrays, clean, take the soiled linen, replace it with the new ones. Definitely it will require more time compared to refreshments, that is checkout rooms. So the actual time of cleaning required is depending on the size of the room, once again, the furnitures that you're gonna have to clean, features and facilities in the room. If the furnitures are like leather, that's a lot more easier. If the furniture is a wood, okay, compared to the leather, they're basically the same, but there are some sofa that are made up of special fabric that will need special cleaning material for you to be able to perform the cleaning properly. So whenever you have a delicate furnitures inside the room, so it will add up to the time of cleaning. Okay, next we have this is the status of the room that you're gonna have to clean. First one, once again, is the checkout rooms, because that is already scheduled for the next coming guest. Next one that you're gonna have to clean is the occupied rooms. These rooms where the guest will be staying for another night. So this one is a little shorter. It will need a shorter time to clean. Generally, these rooms won't take long, as clean as checkout room, and approximately 20 minutes will be allocated. Okay, but still depending on the size of the room. Next one is vacant rooms. You will also be required to inspect and provide basic service to vacant rooms. Vacant rooms are rooms that are not being used, in which have prepared ready for sale by reception. These rooms, even though not being used, they still require attention. So basically they are already vacant. But of course, once already vacant, that is ready for occupancy, then proper inspection is needed, just to make sure everything is okay. General dusting, flushing of toilet, cleaning the refrigerator and checking if that's working properly, ensuring the room has not been occupied by guests for whom no information exists. So may mga pagkakataon na you might think that is vacant, pero meron pala. So you're gonna have to make sure that the vacant room are really vacant. Okay, so you're gonna have to double check on that. Okay, other considerations: when your room are allocated to you, you must be able to revise. So we're gonna talk about it next meeting, because this one is very straightforward. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and just stay back. I'll be with you.